Hello everybody, my name is Marco. In this video, we'll be playing with a loadout that is built around the new and improved Ballistic shield. The devs put a lot of effort in this thing. The changes made weren't even a simple buff. It's almost like a rework. Just look at these patch notes. Collision mesh has been increased, shield poses have been changed, bugs have been fixed. It feels like they really want us to use it. And while I was making this video, I thought that it would be nice if they gave us better one-handed weapons like a sort of incendiary shotgun. Then all of a sudden, they give us something better. The new Democratic Detonation premium warbond has this really awesome weapon that we can use. That thing alone really put this loadout to the next level. If you're the type of person that likes to play aggressively and go against the automatons like how you would against the bugs, then this loadout is for you. Let's dive right in. A quick recap on what the ballistic shield can do. It's a backpack stratagem that can deflect most small projectiles. It cannot block rockets, explosions, or melee attacks, but as long as you know what it can and cannot do, you'll be able to judge whether you'd have to dodge, duck for cover, or get in the enemy's faces. Once you call it down, as long as it's not destroyed, it's going to stay with you. There's no health bar or recharge time like with the energy shield backpack. It can deflect the medium armor penetrating jar dominator, the machine gun stratagem, and even the big guns of the exosuit. What this means is you'll be safe even against scout striders, heavy devastators, and the machine guns of heavier units like hulks and tanks. The ballistic shield will be equipped on your left arm while using a one-handed weapon, and we'll change the view to this when aiming down your sights in first-person view. The shield will be active as long as you hold down the aim button, but if you either switch to a two-handed weapon or use a stim, the shield will be placed on your back. This is important to know because number one, you should never use a stim while under heavy fire. Go for cover first. And number two, you can use a shield while it's on your back as a means of safer escape for both you and your team. You can shoot one-handed weapons and even throw grenades while you have your shield up, but you cannot do the same with stratagem beacons. One last tip, if you're doing the hard drive delivery missions, having a one-handed weapon equipped when you pick up the SSD will cause you to drop the shield. But if you have a two-handed weapon on with a shield on your back, you will just switch to your one-handed weapon with a package held on your left arm. For our primary weapon, we'll just stick with the MP98 Knight. It's a one-handed submachine gun that is light armor penetrating. It's a good idea to do small controlled bursts when using this weapon as it tends to move upwards when firing. You can take down a Hulk by shooting them in the back with about 1 mag's worth of ammo with a sting. Next is our secondary weapon and the thing I'm most excited about, the GP31 grenade pistol. When the new Democratic Detonation warbond came out, I didn't even look at anything else and went straight for this. Although it has to be reloaded after every shot, it has 600 damage and the grenades are especially useful when going against scout striders and heavy devastators. A big question when the new explosive weapon comes out is always, can it destroy fabricators? And the answer is yes. This is a game changer as we now have a non-stratagem and non-grenade means of destroying these automaton structures. Now since we have the grenade pistol, we can be a little bit more flexible with our grenade. I initially tried to see if thermite would be a good fit, but after tons of testing, it's still stun grenade all the way. We'll use this primarily to deal with hulks and small groups of bots. Before I forget, let's talk about the armor. Like what we said earlier, the ballistic shield can pretty much block most of the automaton's gunfire except for explosions. Well, this is what this armor is for. We'll use the FS34 Exterminator medium armor, which has the fortified passive. It gives us 30% less recoil when crouch or prone and 50% more resistance to explosive damage. Medium armors also had a recent buff from patch 1.0.2, which further increases their damage resistance by 5%. Now for the stratagems. For our support weapon, we'll use the LAS-99 Quasar Cannon. One big reason why I opted to have a support weapon in this loadout is that we need a two-handed weapon, because unless we do, we won't have an easy way to switch the position of our shield. You gotta remember, both our primary and secondary weapons are one-handed, so if you want to run away from gunfire and have the shield protect your back, you need to be able to do that at will. It's also going to suck big time if you have to drop your shield whenever you pick up the SSD for delivery. Also, I don't think it's possible to do automaton missions without a proper anti-tank weapon nowadays, especially with the addition of gunships. We'll also be using this mainly to take down dropships and tanks, as well as destroy mission objectives and fabricators. Adding more fireworks and flexibility to our loadout, the last two stratagems will be Eagle Strikes. First is the Eagle 500 kg bomb, which we'll use as an easy means to destroy structures, large groups, and take down heavies. You can use it twice before rearming if you have the expanded weapons bay ship module. Lastly, we have the Eagle Cluster Bomb, bomb, which is really good at taking down a lot of enemies at once. The eagle usually drops the bombs from right to left or left to right, so you have to be mindful about where your teammates are, as they won't have enough time to get out of the way when you call it. The best thing about it is you can use it 5 times before needing to rearm. And there we go. I think we pretty much covered most of the possible scenarios when doing automaton missions with this loadout. I hope it helps you in dealing managed democracy. If it did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll post a separate gameplay video of me using this loadout, and if I already did, it should be on the screen somewhere. See you guys on the next one. Peace.